Come along, my good hopeful. I perceive that thou and I must walk by ourselves again.
Aye.
It pities me much for that poor man. It will certainly go ill with him at last.
Alas, there are multitudes in our town in his very condition, whole families, yea, whole streets, and that of pilgrims too.
Do tell, what do you think of such men?
How do you mean?
Do you think they ever have true convictions of sin, and so fear that their state is dangerous?
Best for you to answer your own question on that one, since you are the elder of us.
Then I say that at times they may have deep convictions of sin, but, being naturally ignorant, they understand not that such convictions tend to their good. Therefore they do desperately seek to stifle them, and presumptuously continue to flatter themselves with the thought that all is well with their souls.
But what makes them think so?
Their heart tells them so.
But doth not fear tend to man's good? Doth it not tend to help put their hearts right at the very beginning of their pilgrimage?
Aye, right fear doth. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
How may we know right fear?
By 3 things.
Namely?
By its origins. Godly fear is caused by saving convictions of sin, and deep feelings of one's lost and undone condition.
Yes. And
by its actions. For godly fear doth drive the convicted sinner to lay fast hold of Christ for salvation.
And third?
And thirdly, by its fruits, in that godly fear begetteth and maintaineth in the soul a great reverence for God, His word and ways. It keeps the soul tender, and makes it afraid to turn to the right hand or to the left, toward anything that may dishonor God, grieve the Spirit, or give the enemy occasion to accuse us.
Well said, brother. And therefore godly fear is much to be coveted, even though for a time we are in distress.
Aye, 'twas thus with a heavy burden that I began my pilgrimage.
Are we now almost got past the enchanted ground?
Why? Art thou weary of our conversation?
No, not at all. But I am curious to know where we be.
We have only a couple more miles to travel.
Good.